Geeks with beards, geeks with beards. Look who's here, geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. We got beards, so listen clear. Geeks with beards, geeks with beards. Look who's here, geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. I'm in your ear, so listen clear. No one else doing it like us. Also, we just might cuss, just cause. No, we ain't playing, and we're just saying, and we're making a podcast. It's cool.
Jingle bells, Batman smelt, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile lost the wheel to the Joker got away.
Hello, everybody, and Merry Christmas. This is the Geeks with a Beard, episode 14, our Christmas episode, our last episode of 2024. And today, we will be talking about Batman Noel, a first ever read for myself, and I believe a first read for you too, isn't it, man?
Correct.
Heck yeah. So before we get into that, what have you been doing since our last episode?
You're going to be really proud of me. I read 3 books today.
Hell yeah.
They're all the same series, but I read 3 books.
I was going to say, it looks like some X-Men sitting here on the table.
This is the Exceptional X-Men.
Ooh, okay.
So the premise is this, you're following around Kitty Pryde.
Okay.
She's a waitress, bartender type deal. And she's just like wanting to get away from everybody. She's got a roommate, just trying to, live life. Well, she's getting ready to go on a date. Apparently, she's dating girls at this point.
Okay.
All right.
So she's not an active X-Men right now?
No.
Okay.
She's trying to get away from that.
Distance herself from it. Live a normal life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. She's getting ready to go on a date. Well, her date couldn't make it, so she's going to go have a single girls
There you go. Singles night. There you go. Yeah.
All right. Well, she does that, and then she oversees this girl trying to get into a club. They won't let her in the club. Turns out she's a mutant. Kay's like, I'm not dealing with this. Well, dude pulls out a gun. She's like, well, crap. Now I have to deal with this.
Son of a bitch.
So it was like a teenager girl. She saves her, pulls her through the wall, whatever. The girl gets her number and starts obsessively texting her.
Oh, okay.
She's like, please train me. Please do something. Supervise me. Be my friend, something.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so she goes through all that, and then she goes on the second date with this girl at a football game. Mm-hmm. Like, should be pretty chill.
Yeah.
All right, well, there's these kids picking on this other kid who's a mutant.
I think I see a pattern starting to form here.
Yeah. So, you know what's going to happen there. They get in a fight, mutant, exposed, blah, blah, blah. Well, she saves them. All of a sudden, they're all ganging up together to get Kitty Pryde to train them.
Okay.
And she's like, no.
I'm trying to get out of this.
Yeah. So eventually, Emma Frost starts getting in Kitty's head, telling her, like, hey, you need to come back, blah, blah. And she starts taking over. I didn't know Emma could do this. She starts taking over her body, like, while she's messing with her mind.
Well, I suppose she could, I guess, with her telekinesis, I guess. Or not, telepathy. Not telekinesis. Telepathy?
Maybe. I don't know. That's the first time I've ever, seen it.
I wonder if Xavier ever did that.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
Probably. He seems like kind of a dick that way.
Probably, Scott, go this way.
So anyway, they all get roped into basically making a school there in Chicago.
Okay.
That's where I'm at right now.
Okay, so she's got her own school for gifted children, kind of.
Reluctantly. It's more like Iron Fist, like his homemade dojo type deal.
Okay.
From the Netflix show.
Okay.
And then I've been watching that Star Wars Skeleton Crew, and that's been awesome.
I've heard positive reviews about that show, yeah.
Everything you hate about The Acolyte, you'll like about this.
Okay, cool.
It feels like they just wanted to make a Goonies movie with Star Wars.
I like the elephant alien kid.
Yes.
I've only seen the trailers. I've not watched the show, but that character looked like he'd be a cool character to watch.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get annoying. Really did. And then this newest episode, he was kind of cute. I was like, oh, all right, that's kind of sweet.
So you say Goonies, so would he be the chunk of this series maybe for these kids?
Kind of like an adorable chunk. Like, yeah.
Gotta get a truffle shuffle out of it.
It's nothing like that.
Right.
But the basic premise, I can tell this without spoiling it, is they're on this planet. Apparently, it's hidden away from all the other planets. Mm-hmm. Everybody else thinks it's like Atlantis where it has all this magical treasure and stuff. Well, the kids are out, being kids. When one kid finds a ship, he thinks it's a Jedi temple, so he goes in it. Well, it turns out it's a ship, a pirate ship no less. So he fires it up, and all the kids are on board, and they get shot out of space, and they don't know how to get home.
See, curiosity, kids. No. No.
Yeah.
It sounds serious. Like I said, I've seen one trailer of it, and I've read a lot of positivity.
It's good. It's shot well. It's
from it.
well acted, which is the opposite of the Acolyte.
Well, there's always those hit and misses with any franchise. Unfortunately, I guess Star Wars, from what you've told me and what I've read, it's kind of missed more than hit lately in the past few years, I guess, maybe.
I'd say it's half and half
About
at this
half
point.
and half.
But this one's a good one.
Heck yeah. All right.
What about you, man?
I've read a couple of books. The best one I read was my newest issue of Thundercats. God, that book is so good by Dynamite. And they're getting ready to put another one out. I think I shared it on our Discord, Thundercats Lost. And it's going to spin out of a one-shot that I haven't got yet, Apex. I'm going to read that hopefully within the next week or so. But yeah, this issue, basically, we pick up from last issue where the mutants have attacked the Thundercats and the Cat's lair, basically destroyed it. Lino still doesn't have the Sword of Omens. It's still broken, gone. So I don't know when the hell he's ever going to get that fixed again. So they're fighting the mutants. And this is a little different from the 80s cartoon. I've never read any other comic books that's ever been done. So in this version of the comic books, the mutants, which has always had Slythe, which is like a lizard, Monkian, and Jackalman. And one of those Vulture Man, too. In the cartoon, Slythe was considered the leader. In this comic book, they are lords of their own species of mutants. Like Slythe is the lord of the reptilians. Monkian is the lord of the monkeys and stuff like that. So that was pretty interesting. They've changed that up a little bit too. So anyway, they're fighting back and forth. And there's this one reptilian mutant that's been on Third Earth, and he's got a mask on like a bandana, and he starts helping out Sly fight. Starts fighting against the Thundercats and stuff. And we go back and forth between Thundera, the Great War on Thundera, and now on Third Earth. And Thundercats were a little darker in this one because apparently while the mutants are still the bad guys, they went to attack Thundera, or excuse me, they're on Thundera. They went to do a big attack in the war, and while they were gone, or especially Slythe, while he was gone, some Thundercats under the cover of night snuck into the village, kidnapped his son and his wife. And I'm like, it's not really honorable like the Thundercats I remember, but okay, they changed it up a little bit. And so you find out by the end of the book that the masked reptilian is his son, growed up. And that they wouldn't kill him. The Thundercats didn't want to kill him, but they smuggled him away. And all this time, Slythe has thought they've been dead. And he didn't believe him at first. He's like, no, you can't be my son. My son died years ago. He's like, no. He's like, I'm your son. He said, I've been on Third Earth. He said, I'm the leader of the mutants on the Third Earth. And he said, I want to help you fight against the Thundercats. And basically, it's a short story. It's not the big, exciting one, but I liked it because it lets you have a different take on the mutants and a different take on the Thundercats a little bit from what I remember in the 80s. And then now Sly's got a son that's going to help him fight. So
does this play off the 80s stuff, or is it its own universe?
It does. I think it does harken back to the original stuff. The guy who writes it is, oh my God, I forgot his name. I think it's Declan Shelby. I think he's wrote some X-Men and stuff like that before. He does take a lot of inspiration from the original 80s cartoon. He may take some inspiration from the 80s comics and other comics that's been done. But there is a little bit of change. But you can definitely tell that, he took some inspiration from the 80s cartoon. He just twisted it a little bit. Not twisted. Changed it up a little bit from his own. Like, Third Earth is basically a prison planet, kind of, where the Thundercats would send prisoners and mutants to just live there, whatever, banish them. Mm-hmm. Where in the 80s cartoon, it wasn't that way.
Okay.
In the 80s cartoon, Third Earth was basically our planet. It's just in its third iteration or third generation or something like that, I guess, after humanity was destroyed. Whether there's a little bit of humanity on Third Earth in the original cartoon, but there's more fantastical creatures on there too. So yeah, the book is definitely really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I can't wait to keep reading it. That's probably the best one, I guess, out of all that I've read. The other ones have kind of been just a little blur. My next order coming in, I'm going to have some new Transformers, some new G.I. Joe. So we'll talk about those next week because I think those are going to be good. I can't wait to see what happens to Go-Kart Starscream. Can't wait to see what goes on with him, man. But all right, we're going to jump into this. We're here, Batman Noel. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, this is the first time read for me, first time read for you.
Yep.
It's written and drawn by Lee Bermejo. Back in 2021, I believe it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is, I want to say right after he done the Batman Damned books.
Okay. If anybody remembers those were, I remember reading one of those. Or yeah, was it just the one Batman that he did, or did he do more than one? I can't remember.
It was a 3-issue set.
Was it a 3-issue set?
Yeah.
I only read one issue of that. I can't remember.
The penis issue.
The penis issue, yeah. Which they fixed that later. So, this was a really good book. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and say that real quick. It's a really good book. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It's a quick read, not very long at all. I'd say, if you broke it up, issue maybe 4, maybe?
That's my guess, yeah.
If you did? Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically we open up, and it's Christmas time in Gotham City. And you can see there's snow falling over the city. There's Christmas lights hanging all over the buildings and signs that say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and stuff. And we have a narrator. At this time, we don't know who the narrator is. And they're going to start telling us a story that's going to go throughout this comic as we watch Batman do what he do best. And not going to tell you what the story is just yet, but we'll let you know by the end of the episode what the story is that the narrator is telling us. So as he's telling this story, we see Batman. He's following somebody on the rooftops, and I love the outfit that Batman's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where Lee got his inspiration for this costume, but I love it, and I think I told you, I think McFarlane's going to make a toy of it. Probably going to pick it up after reading this.
I mean, let's just start here. His art is top-notch.
It's, what's the word? Almost like is it like a portrait? Is that what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
It's real realistic looking.
Yes.
What I'm saying, God, yeah, it's so beautiful. And like I said, the suit's almost noir, almost retro looking. And we don't really know how long Batman's been Batman in this. I don't know, unless it was somewhere in the foreword or something. I didn't read it.
No.
It didn't say?
No,
Okay.
it didn't.
So Batman's following somebody on the rooftop. Don't know who the guy is. Guy's running through the streets. Looks like just a normal guy. Just dressed kind of scruffy, a little bit like that. Regular looking guy, and he's nervous, and he's carrying a bag under his arm, kind of looking up and everything. He's just scared, You can tell something's going on that he probably shouldn't be doing. So as Batman keep following him on the rooftop, he goes down an alleyway, and he's got this bag under his arm, and he reads a letter. And the letter says, "Leave the bag by a Jack-in-the-Box toy store." And it looks like it might be abandoned, but there's still toys in it. So I don't know, maybe. It's kind of odd for a toy store to be down an alley, but it's Gotham City.
It's Gotham City.
It's Gotham City. So yeah, leave the bag by I guess it's a door. It's boarded up. There's like a hole at the bottom of the boards at the Jack-in-the-Box toy store. And it's also on the letter, it says, that way, do that, and you'll be able to go home with a smile. So he leaves the bag by the opening at the toy store, and this mysterious hand just comes out, grabs the bag, and then drops a Christmas gift wrapped out, just all wrapped up with a bow on it, just sets it right back in its same place. Well, the guy grabs the box and starts to leave, and then Batman, boom, drops down on top of him, and he just automatically, he looks at the guy, he's like, "Where's the Joker?" And the guy's like, "What? Huh?" I don't know. He's like, and basically Batman, he's just interrogating him. He's like, "Don't lie to me." He's like, "Where is the Joker?" He's like, "Do you realize what you're doing?" And the guy tells him, he's like, "I don't know." He says, I only receive letters with instructions on them. I've never met anybody. All I get is letters.
Batman is really aggressive in this book.
He's an asshole in this comic.
He is.
And granted, I understand Batman has always been kind of a butt, and that's just his thing. But he is black and white. If you are a criminal, you are scum in his eyes. He don't give a shit what your reasoning is. You are scum.
He's a hard ass.
He's hard ass in this one, man. He's even harder ass in this one than he was in The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, I think.
100%.
And he's younger in this one, I think, a little bit, Even though his age is mentioned. We'll get to that. But yeah, man. So the guy tells him, and we don't know the gentleman's name at this time, but he tells him, he's like, "Look, all I get is letters. I've never met anybody. I just get letters, gives me instructions to do this. I was told to leave a bag, and I would be happy I could go home with this package." Batman threatens the guy. He tells him, he's like, "Look, you're just scum, and you should go to jail." But he says that you serve me better as live bait instead of jail bait. So he's going to let the guy go, which Batman does this a lot. Track him down to see, hopefully he'll lead him to the Joker, And that's what he does. And I wrote down here on my notes, I was like, Batman is kind of a dick to this guy. I'm like, he's a dick to this guy. Even after the guy tells him, look, he's like, I've got a kid. And apparently I'm assuming the way the guy looks, and I think it even says in the narration, he's got kind of a dead-end job, barely making it. He's a single father. I'm assuming that the wife passed away at some time. Not the best of situations for this guy. He's just trying to do what he can, right or wrong, if you agree with it or if you don't agree with it. He's just trying to make a life for him and his son. Batman don't give a damn. You're scum. You should go to jail. But you know what? I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to use you first.
And he does. He lets the guy go, and we get a little close-up of the guy's scarf, and it has a little tracker on it, a little bat tracker on it. Kind of reminded me of Spider-Man's little spider trackers he put on him. So the guy runs away, goes home, and Batman decides, well, I'm going to bust in this store. I'm going to see what the hell's going on in here. He does. He kicks the boards in, goes inside the store, and it is still full of toys. I guess it's abandoned, but it's still full of toys, and there's nothing in there. Nobody's in there. Whoever was there escaped. He sees a note hanging out of the mouth of this toy, and the note basically just tells him, the note says, too slow, old man. And, kind of like a little smile face on it or whatever. So Batman kind of looks at it, and he's like, doesn't say anything, but he's just got that look on his face like, son of a gun. So the dad goes, we catch back up with the dad, and he goes home. Of course, he's scared. He's shuts the door, he locks it, he's looking at the peephole, because he's still thinking Batman's chasing him. And his son shows up, and his son has made a little Christmas tree out of spare toys and junk and stuff, because again, like I said, these are pretty poor people, unfortunately, in Gotham City. Probably, what was it in the Nolan's movies, the Narrows? That was kind of the poor area, wasn't it? So probably the Narrows, maybe. The little, his son has made a little mock-up Christmas tree because they can't afford much, and he's wanting to show it to his dad. And of course, his dad kind of yells at him. He's like, look, not now. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. When Batman had chased him and knocked him down, he dropped all the money. It was full of money. That's what the package was. It was full of money. Thousands of dollars. And Batman even comments on this. Again, I forgot to say this. He even comments on it. He said he was basically such a coward that he even left the money. It's like he didn't even take the money. He just left it. So he yells at his son. And his son's name is Tim. And he tells him, he's like, I'm sorry. It's just been stressful. And the little boy says, hey, Dad. He's like, yeah. He's like, look at the tree I made. He's like, I want to put a Superman emblem on it. A Superman emblem on here, but, use a toy army man. Because it kind of looks like Superman. Because Superman kind of looks like Santa Claus with the red and the blue color scheme. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I even want to put a Batman decoration on the tree. And his dad's like, why the hell would you want to put a Batman decoration on our tree? He lost his shit
when he said Batman.
He got mad.
Yeah.
He's like, why in the hell would you want to put a Batman decoration on a tree? And his son's like, well, he's a good guy, right? Isn't he a good guy? And basically his dad said, well, he said, I don't know. He said, I guess even good guys do bad things sometimes. And he's talking about himself and Batman both, I believe.
Yeah.
Because again, was it a smart thing to make a deal with the Joker? No. But
if you're poor and you want to feed your kid, man,
I know.
You're going to do what you want to do.
I mean, that's as old as comics have been written. That's how villains get their henchmen. They promise them things. Mm-hmm. They find the guys that are downtrodden and say, hey, I can give you a fortune. I can give you power. Boom. Of course you're going to sign up for it because what have you got to lose?
Yeah.
So we jump to Wayne Manor where Bruce is in the Batcave and he's watching a video of the father and the son. I guess he set up surveillance and we just didn't see it. Because he's looking like right through their window. And they're in a pretty tall apartment building.
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Alfred even comments about that. He's like... So, as he's watching the video, he's coughing. I guess little old Brucey got him a cold, I guess. And Alfred says, I believe you have a cold, sir. And Bruce, he's like, oh, it's not sick. He's like, I ain't sick. It's just the humidity of the cave getting to me. That's all it is. Okay, Bruce. All right, Big Daddy. Okay.
I'm fine.
I'm fine, Alfred. And I love what Bermejo does here, the way he draws Alfred. Alfred just rolls his eyes like, yeah, whatever. Okay, all right, okay. And Alfred asks him, he's like, why are you watching this guy? Bruce tells him, he's like, look, he's bait for getting the Joker. And Alfred says, but he has a kid. You're going to risk the child's life just to catch the Joker? And Bruce says, look, he says, there's all kinds. Everybody has a kid, and there's always risks. And I'm like, you son of a gun. I'm like, no, it's not worth the child. It's not the child's fault what's going on. And the Joker don't give a shit about killing kids probably. So why would you do that?
He's got no sympathy for it.
He doesn't, no. And he keeps talking to Alfred. He says, I risk the future while they only risk the present. He goes through a couple other things. He's like, I risk this child becoming a criminal by not doing anything. And he goes through, this whole list of different risks. And I'm just like, yeah, but it's still not right to risk this kid's life. He's innocent, Because
at one point, Alfred, I don't know if you're going to get to this in a minute.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
When he's talking to him, he's recollecting training a kid, and I'm assuming they're talking about Jason Todd when they showed the...
I'm assuming so, yeah. Okay. See, that confused me too, because we'll get to it here in a second. Yeah. So Alfred, and he keeps telling about all these risks and blah, blah, blah. And Alfred says, I can remember another boy whose future was risked on my watch.
Okay, yeah.
I thought he was talking about Bruce, but he was he was near Robin's costume when he said it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this, and you may have picked it up better than I did. Bruce is, after that, Alfred leaves. He's like, I'm going to get you some cold medicine. Bruce is like, I don't need no cold medicine. It's like, shut up, Bruce, get some cold medicine. Yeah. So Alfred leaves, and Bruce is still sitting there watching. And it's really cool, too, because he's almost got kind of how they did it in the Flash movie with his suit set up. And you can see, like, the 66 suit, his current suit, and there's a couple other ones. I forgot now. The other suits. It's like 4 suits, I think, sitting there. And then you also have a Robin suit next to it. And he glances over to the Robin suit, and of course it's on a mannequin. And then he looks again, and Robin, or he thinks he sees Robin standing there. Mm-hmm. I don't remember them saying which Robin this was.
They didn't say.
See, I don't know. So I always jumped to Grayson, but it could have been Todd. I don't know.
I thought it was Todd because of the way they were talking about the situation.
Yeah, well, the only reason I thought Grayson was because later on, well, we'll go ahead and talk about it now, because Bruce is remembering, it shows him what I took as the 66 suit with Robin, so I just assumed it was Grayson, but I don't know.
Well, it could be both, because they both use the same costume.
I was going to say, it could be, yeah. So, what do you think happened? Something had to have happened to Robin. Did he die, or did he just get fed up with Bruce and leave him? Because we get nothing else from this.
If it's Jason Todd, he died.
Yeah. If it's Grayson, he just got fed up and left and become Nightwing. So then Lee don't go into this again unless he said it somewhere and I didn't read up on it anywhere. But in the comic, it's ambiguous. You don't know if Robin possibly died or if he just got fed up with Bruce. Maybe the way Bruce is now is either because of Robin leaving or is why Robin is no longer around. I don't know. And we're not led to know who this Robin is. It's either Todd or Grayson, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but I thought that was interesting. Kind of rubs his eyes. And then, of course, he just sees the mannequin again. So he's just like, he's hallucinating.
Yeah.
Because you have a fever, Bruce. Damn it, you have a fever. That's why you're hallucinating. So we go to I guess we're on the rooftop of the GCPD. Gordon's got the bat signal going. And he meets Gordon on top of the roof. And says that there's going to be a burglary at an auction house. A particular cat burglar is going to be there. And basically, Batman's just like, can't you send one of your officers to do this? I'm busy. I'm doing something else. Gordon looks at him. He's like, she says she might have some information that might be useful to you. And Bruce is just like, okay. He didn't say this. He was like, okay, I guess. He just leaves like he always does. And Gordon comments on his cough. He's like, might need to get that cough looked at. Might need to go to the doctor, So he goes to the auction house and he starts surveying it. And of course, Catwoman does show up. She pops out and they conversate for a few minutes. And he's like, look, Gordon said you had some information for me. He's like, what is it? And she basically tells him, I lied. I told Gordon, I just wanted to get you out.
He gets pissed.
Oh,
too.
he is so mad. He is so mad because he is laser focused on the Joker, and he sees this as a waste of his time and sidetracking him.
He's like, she's just playing games.
She's just supposed to play. She basically that's what she tells him. She's like, "You're not even gonna chase me? I remember a time when you would chase me. We would play. We'd have fun."
And it shows flashbacks of that, don't it?
Yeah, that's where you get the flashback of Robin. And I love this outfit. And this is probably maybe from the 60s or 70s, where it's almost like a dress that she's wearing. Mm-hmm. And she's got like the long black hair. And I think she's got like a panther with her or something like that. I love that outfit. I know, again, I think it's like 60s or 70s. But yeah, that's where we get the flashback of Robin. And she's just like, yeah, it's like, you're different. You don't chase me no more, She's flirting with him. Catwoman's flirting with him. And she's trying to remind him of the person he used to be. So he's not always been this way. I didn't know that until I read this. He didn't always used to be this way. So something changed him. Something made him a dick. Something happened.
Yeah.
That made him this way. And again, we don't know what. Doesn't really say. It's left for you to interpret that. So she starts running away, kind of gets mad at him, starts running away. Of course, he chases her. And she jumps in between the buildings. She jumps over the building, and he jumps after her, and he goes to grab a gargoyle. Well, it gives way. It's old, or it's already cracked, or whatever, and it gives way, and he starts to fall backwards toward the ground. And as he's falling, she kind of just looks over, and before this, he's chasing her, and she's like, you are getting kind of old or something, because like you're slower than you used to be. I'm like, oh, Bruce, bless him. So yeah, he starts falling to the ground. I don't know how high up he is. It's a decent fall, I guess. And as he's falling, he starts having this flashback, and it's a flashback. There's Robin's in the flashback, and also his parents' death is in this flashback too. So it's like he's just, I don't know what triggered it. Maybe because he thought he might be dying too when he hit the ground. I don't know.
Well, I think where he hit the ground was in an alley, similar.
It was in an alley, so yeah.
Yeah, that's my guess.
So yeah, so like I said, as he's falling, you have Robin, but it doesn't look like anything's wrong with him. It's just like he's remembering back of a better time, I guess, when Robin was with him. And then, of course, of his parents' death before he hits the ground.
So that's another reason I think it's talk, because he's just bringing up like mistakes and stuff.
It very well could be, yeah.
But
I'll have to look at that. We'll have to look at it up and see if Bermejo may have actually said something about that. So he hits the ground pretty hard. Hits the ground pretty hard. And he finally, he kind of gets up, he gets up on his knees or whatever. And who pops up in the alleyway?
Big Boy Blue.
Big Boy Blue. Superman. And again, I love the outfit. I love how Bermejo draws Superman. And by the way, Catwoman, it's kind of her, I guess, more modern look with the goggles over her eyes too. I love how he drew her too. Bermejo's artwork's amazing.
Yeah.
So Superman, he's hovering just a little bit above the ground. He looks at Batman. He's like, I heard you coughing all the way in Metropolis. So, again, I wonder, and I hope it's not like Snyder stuff. I hope like Metropolis is not a hop skip across the river from Gotham City. I'm hoping it's farther away in the comics than that.
Well, I've always thought Gotham was supposed to be like New York, and then Metropolis is supposed to be down by Kansas.
Yeah.
Like in the Midwest, like Southern Midwest,
You're a big Superman nerd. Did they ever like map that out, I wonder, in the comics?
I've not seen an official map, but they always said that Smallville is in
I was going to say, because it seems like it always seems like Clark and Lois would drive from Smallville to Metropolis in a couple hours maybe or something. I don't know. But so Superman's like, you might need to get that cough looked at. I heard you all the way to Metropolis. And I'm like, why are you, he's probably got tabs on all the fellow heroes. I guess keep an eyeball on them every once in a while, maybe. I don't know.
Well, all he's got to do is just listen,
Yeah. And
just fly around.
In which we see this in all the different iterations of comic books and movies is it takes a lot of control for Superman to tune everything out because he hears everything, So he has to, hey, you want me to help you, Bruce? Let me help you get back to the Batmobile because you really need to go home and probably get some rest. You don't need to be out in this cold weather. And Bruce tells him, he's like, but first I got to do something before you before you take me to the Batmobile. And we find out that the father's name is Bob. And Batman's basically like, look, he's like, before you take me to the Batmobile, he's like, I need to go check on something. So Superman is carrying Batman and flying over Gotham City. He's going to take him to Bob's house, the father's house. And he wants to see if the Joker might have showed up. Superman tells him, he's like, look, you might have pneumonia or worse because he's x-raying his lungs. He's like,
you sound rough, man.
You might want to go home. You might want to take you some Theraflu or something. So Superman reluctantly does carry him. I thought that was funny because Batman hates to be carried by Superman, but I thought that was funny.
It's like, fine
if you have to, but you say anything to anybody. But so he takes him. So I guess kind of across the building away from Bob and Tim's home. And as he's flying, Superman asked him, he's like, what would happen, if to the boy if the dad goes to jail? And Batman says, basically he says, I'll scare him into not being his dad. That's not an answer. Well, okay, is he going to be on the street? Is he going to be in foster care? Are you going to raise him? You're just going to scare him to not be his dad. Well, that's not an answer. I mean, what the hell, dude? But anyway, again, we know how Batman is right now. So,
he is a giant asshole.
He is, dude. He is, oh, man. So they're flying over the city, and they're getting close to Bob's home. And Superman tells him, he's like, there are still good people in Gotham City. He's like, you don't need to be this black and white, good and evil, or just always see the bad. He's like, there are still good people in this city. He's like, you just have to take the time to notice it. Open your eyes and notice it. And he said, there are criminals, I admit that. He said, but there's also, decent people. He said, you just got to take the time to notice this. And so they're going to stop by, first they stop by Gordon's place. And I don't know why, but Bruce decides to stop by Gordon's place first. And he stopped by, and at first I thought they were at the police station, but apparently they're at Gordon's home. He just invited an officer over, I guess, for a drink or something,
Yeah.
So they're outside on the...
the guy was out on patrol and he wanted to, since he had to be out in
That's right. Warm him up. Get him something to drink. A hot toddy or some milk or some hot chocolate or something.
Yeah.
So Superman and Batman, they're outside of his window, kind of on a balcony or whatever, And the cop's talking about Batman and stuff like that to Gordon. And he's like, Gordon basically tells him, he's like, Batman's not evil, but he does walk a fine line that sometimes might be on the side that we wouldn't go on. But Batman's vision can be a little blurry. He's talking about his vision on how he sees justice. But he is the prescription, and Gordon says, but I'm the prescription that Batman needs so he can see clearly. I'm his eyeglasses for his blurry vision. I'm his prescription that he needs. So basically, Gordon's telling this police officer that he is his anchor, kind of to pull him back from the edge. That way he doesn't go all the way to murdering people. Gordon is his anchor, his consciousness, I guess, if Bruce doesn't have it at that moment.
Because basically he doesn't trust him to be on his own.
He doesn't, and you can see that when Batman hears Gordon say this, you can see Bruce's face. He's like, son of a bitch. Because I guess he always thought he had Gordon's backing all this time. I get maybe this is the first time he's ever spied on Gordon talking, maybe? I don't know.
That's the way it comes across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Batman's learning a little bit. He's learning, okay, Gordon doesn't 100% trust me. He's still backing me, but he doesn't 100% trust me. So, yeah, it surprises Batman a little bit. So Superman, he takes him, finally, after getting him doing all this, he takes him to the Batmobile. And Superman tells him, he's like, hey, feel better, flies away. I'm like, okay. Kind of short and sweet for Superman's appearance in his comic book, but okay. Soon as he sets him, well, I don't know soon, but sets him down, Batman gets his little key fob, beep, beep, unlocks the Batmobile. Son of a gun blows up. And I'm sitting there thinking, Superman, where the hell you at? You didn't hear that? Where the hell you at, Superman? Nothing. Superman, he's like, hell, I'm going home. Like,
he can handle it.
It's fine, Maybe it was a cough. I don't know. He's good. So, of course, the blast knocks Batman down. And it basically knocks him out. And you see a figure start walking toward him in the alleyway. And who is it ends up being? It's the Joker. So the Joker put a bomb on his Batmobile. That's why you put the armor up like in the movies.
Well, to be fair, didn't the Penguin blow it up too?
No, the Penguin did take control of it temporarily, and then Batman found the device, and then he's the one that blew the sides out of it, made it the little narrow piece.
I thought he like put some toys in there.
Riddler did that.
Riddler, okay.
Riddler,
Somebody blew it up.
Yeah, remember when in Batman Forever, Riddler and Two-Face actually find out because of Riddler's device that Bruce is Batman and destroys the whole fucking Batcave.
That's it.
Only thing he leaves going is, what is it, the Bat Wing and a Bat Boat or something like that.
The
But, so the Joker had put a bomb on the Batmobile. So the Joker walks up, you see him walk up, he grabs Batman and starts dragging him. Drags him out of the alleyway. And he drags him into a graveyard. And he buries Batman alive. Basically, he's already had a grave dug, and he's got a headstone. And I took a picture of this because I want to read what it says real quick. Where is it? Here we go. On the headstone of the grave that he throws Batman into, it says, and this has been carved in by Joker, it says, "Here lies a bat. He died boring, predictable, and nobody loved him." I'm like, well, damn, that's cold. I mean, I don't disagree with you, but okay, that's cold.
At least in this book he did.
That's true, yeah. So he just throws him in the grave, and then he goes after Bob. He's going to go get Bob now. That's a cold gravestone he carved in there, man. So he's got Batman in there. I don't know if it's a full 6 feet deep or not, but he's got him buried alive. And he leaves him. And where's Joker going to go? He's going to go after Bob. Because Bob did leave the money just laying on the ground in the alleyway. I guess Batman picked it up. I don't know. But Joker sure as hell didn't get it. So I'm assuming Bob was supposed to be the pickup man for the Joker. I don't know what I guess Joker had him deliver something to somebody.
Well, he's delivering the money, obviously, to somebody.
Yeah, well, yeah, but whatever was in that bag.
Wasn't the money in the bag?
The money was in that present box.
Oh, so he had both?
Well, remember Bob dropped the bag off at that store. Somebody grabbed the bag, and then they set a box out.
Gotcha.
The box had the money.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. And again, we don't know what the hell Joker was dropping off to somebody. Could have been drugs, could have been guns. We don't know. So he was supposed to pick up the money for the Joker and give it to the Joker is what I'm guessing. Because the Joker was mad. He's like, where the hell's my money?
Well, yeah.
Because it had to be like thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
you know? Tens of thousands, probably.
Batman told him, too. He's like, he's going to come back for his money.
He's going to come get his money. And that's why he left Bob as live bait. He's like, he's no Joker is going to come get that money. And so, of course, it's what he does. Joker's heading, we don't know yet, but of course we should know. He's going after Bob to get his money. And so while he's in the grave, he basically has a dream of the future. And I guess in the future, it's supposed to be one where he dies. And basically the whole Gotham City has gone to hell. You see riots going on, people's looting the stores and everything. You've got some people that look like they've dressed up like the Joker. And then there's a few people looks like they might have maybe like Batman followers or something maybe. I think they had vests on or something. They had like the bat symbol on them or something like that kind of. Yeah. And basically the city just goes to hell. And it's a bleak future. It's a pretty dark future that he's dreaming about. And Gordon goes to jail. In this dream, he goes to jail for helping Batman out. The judge basically gets him for aiding and abetting a fugitive, I guess basically he calls it. Like I said, riots in the street. His home and his house is auctioned off. You figured it would went to Alfred, but apparently in this future it doesn't. It's just auctioned off. Everything is because you see Alfred as we're having this auction. You see Alfred kind of just looks sad, like he's saying he leaves, like his bags is packed and he leaves. So basically, his legacy and his memory is that of. I don't know if this was supposed to be a way of saying people found out that he was Batman, or if it's just maybe Batman and Bruce just supposedly just died at the same time. I guess maybe I don't know, or maybe he's just picturing both versions of himself and what the future would hold without him there. I guess maybe like the city would go to shit, and then if he's gone, the Bruce Wayne part of him, everything would be just sold off. Yeah. Alfred would get nothing. Alfred would be basically displaced. He'd have to go back to England or whatever. He wouldn't have a home over here anymore, I guess.
That's what I got from him, is like the total worst case scenario.
Yeah.
If he was just gone.
Just gone, yeah. basically Batman would be seen as a criminal or whatever, I guess, So he wakes up and he's agitated, he's angry, and he busts his way out of the grave. I don't know if he was in a casket. I don't think he was. I think he was just had dirt thrown on him. Maybe, I don't remember. I
don't remember.
I feel like he might have just been buried in dirt. I don't remember now.
Yeah,
I didn't write it down. He might have been in a casket.
Well, when he comes up, it doesn't show.
It doesn't show it. It just shows him wake up in darkness. So he wakes up, and we cut to Joker, and he shows up at Bob's house, knocks on the door. His son Tim goes to the door and opens the door, lets him in, and the Joker basically he threatens him. He says, "If you don't tell me where my money is, I'm gonna kill you, boy." And Bob's like, "I don't have it." He's like, "Batman jumped me. I dropped the money. I ran. I was so scared. I just ran. I just came straight home. I don't have your money." Joker just like, "No. Where's my money? Where's my money? I don't care. Where's my money?" I guess he's calling Bob a liar. Probably figured Bob's holding it somewhere, So he's got a gun pointed at Bob's son's head. And next thing you see Bob, he comes swinging at Joker, man. He's got a ball bat. He takes a swing at Joker's head. Of course, he misses, unfortunately, because he's just the heat of the moment. He's he's just wildly swinging. And Joker's, it's reminded me of the New 52 toy I have. Joker hits him with a wrench. You just carry a bag of, you're like Art the Clown. You just carry a bag of fucking weapons around with you, I guess, man. I don't know. But he knocks him down. He hits him with a wrench. And then he pulls a gun on Bob. And he's going to kill both of them right there, basically. And this is a spooky looking Joker again. Bermejo's artwork.
His Joker is top notch.
Bermejo's artwork again, man. This Joker is spooky as hell, man.
Yeah, it is.
And he looks like he's getting ready to pull the trigger and kill Bob and Tim both. And just right at that moment, Batman breaks through his window and he knocks the Joker down. And he takes him down, and of course Batman's, he's on the floor too. Bob picks the gun up and he points it at the Joker. And I think he's going to kill the Joker. I think that's what he wants to do. It's shaking in his hand, but I feel like that's what he's wanting to do. Because I guess he feels like he'll never be safe if the Joker still lives. But Batman shouts at him. He's like, "No." He's like, "You cannot do this." I'm like, "Wait a minute, Batman. Why are you being so nice now for?" why are you being so nice now? He's like, "No." He's like, "Don't do this." He's like, "Show your son the kind of man that you are. Show him what a hero is and what kind of a hero you are. Don't be the villain." Bob kind of looks over at his son and he drops the gun. Of course, the law shows up. Joker's arrested and he's placed in Arkham. That's the end of the Batman and Joker situation right there, because then we'll cut to the Batcave.
Yeah.
And
the Batcave looks awesome. I don't know if we said that earlier.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mention that earlier. The Batcave looks really nice.
It does.
It does. Looks really nice. So we cut to the Batcave. Bruce is back home. He's propped up on the Batcave, He's got some of the outfit off, some of the outfit still on. And you can see that he's took some medicine that Alfred brought to him. He finally took some medicine. He fell asleep. And Alfred kind of just looks at him with a smile on his face. Bruce, he almost looks like he got a smile on his face a little bit. Like he's a little more relaxed. He's a little more relaxed than he was previously in the comic. Then we cut to Bob and his home, and you see a couple of guys look like some kind of movers or workers or whatever, and they've got a Christmas tree, a big old Christmas tree they're bringing up to the apartment. One of the guys is looking at his window because of course Batman broke through his window, so he's got a big hole in his wall.
He owes him at least that. So, and you find out that these guys are from Wayne Enterprises, and one guy's in the background measuring the window because they're going to fix his window. And like I said, they brought him a huge Christmas tree, decorations and everything. And you can see that one of the guys hands Bob an envelope. And basically, I believe he's offered him a job. Bruce has offered Bob a job at Wayne Enterprises. Yeah, because it shows like a 401k benefits.
Yeah, all that stuff like that.
Medical.
So he's got this, we find out he got him this job. And you find out, then it cuts to the final page of the story. And this is where, you see him like wearing a jumpsuit. So maybe maintenance work, janitorial work or something. But he's got a pretty good job at Wayne Enterprise. I'm saying pays pretty good, probably. Probably one of the best paid maintenance guys in Gotham City, probably, if that's what the job is. So we cut to Bob, and he's sitting there in his Wayne Enterprises uniform, and he's got Tim on his lap, and you find out that Bob was the narrator the whole time. He's telling Tim a story. And what story is he telling his son? What's the story that he's been telling?
Well, Dan, I don't know if you know this. We're doing this for a Christmas episode.
Well, yes.
So, yeah, the whole time he's weaving the story of A Christmas Carol throughout the whole thing. So
He meets Catwoman first.
Catwoman's...
Which would be the Ghost of Christmas Present.
Yeah.
Then... excuse me. Ghost of Christmas Past.
Past.
Sorry.
Yeah, and then...
Superman would be Ghost of Christmas Present.
Yep.
And Joker would be the future. Ghost of Christmas Future.
Yes.
Because that's when he buries him. That's when he sees that bleak future.
Yep.
And that is when, I guess, Bruce has his turnaround.
So, essentially, Batman is playing the role of Scrooge.
Yep. And Bob is Bob Cratchit, and Tim is Tiny Tim.
You know, I didn't get the Bob Cratchit part. I thought that was a nod to Bob Kane.
Oh, okay.
But it works for both.
Yeah.
And little Timmy.
Yep. So this is Lee Bermejo's Batman interpretation of Dickens' A Christmas Carol. And he gives Dickens a little bit of mention at the beginning of this trade that we read. Like you said, as it goes on, you can see him weaving the story, you know, as the narrator and stuff like that. So yeah, so that is Batman Noel, a modern version of A Christmas Carol. Yep. I loved it. I thought it was great. And I guess real quick, Robin would be, I forgot the character's name. He would have been the character from A Christmas Carol that worked with Scrooge that died. So maybe that means Robin died, I guess.
I didn't even put that together, but yeah.
So he would be the partner that Scrooge had in the original Christmas Carol. So maybe he did die, I guess.
And that's what turned him Scrooge, wasn't it?
Turned him Scroogey. I'm assuming.
So yeah, I'm 99% sure it's supposed to be Jason Todd.
Okay.
That would make the most sense.
Yeah.
It actually be.
Even though they didn't show it, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was supposed to be like Scrooge's partner, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I 100% recommend this. It doesn't even have to be only for Christmas. It's a great Batman story. The artwork is out of this world. I think it's probably some of the best Batman artwork I've ever seen. So I totally recommend it. Do you recommend it, man, to our listeners?
All right. So here's the deal. I don't like Christmas.
Don't do this.
With that being said, the artwork, 100% awesome. I will say on the writing, I think he would have benefited better having somebody else like script it. The story was awesome, but I think it got a little too exposition-y, which that may just be my taste, but a little too much, just a little too much.
Is it because of the putting the Christmas Carol narration in there with the main
I think so.
story?
I think if he would like pick and choose a little bit more, like it would have flowed a lot better.
Okay.
Overall.
Okay.
Not saying it's horrible, and I still recommend it if you guys like Batman.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But that was just my little critique of it.
Well, what I got from it at the beginning of it, like I said, he mentions Dickens. I think I'm hoping that's the right person I'm saying.
Yeah. It is.
I'm assuming this was maybe his tribute.
Yeah. Which
I
is
guess.
awesome. Like I said, the story's great.
Yeah.
I like the way that they weaved the whole thing through, and that Bob was the one narrating.
Yeah.
It may be the way the words are written on the pages too, because there's like you have a panel and they'll have like a ton of words, but they're not in thought bubbles or anything like that.
Yeah. See, when I first opened the book up, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, is this how the whole book is going to be? But then once Batman ran into Bob, it was like, okay, we're back to normal thought bubbles, speech bubbles and stuff. I was like, okay. I was like, all right.
Which I actually kind of dig, like when they don't use a lot of thought bubbles and just kind of write what's going on. It's just...
I get confused sometimes, maybe because it just seems like it blends together on me. Sometimes I get confused on who's speaking.
It's easy to do, especially if they're not on the panel. But,
yeah. So.
But yeah, that's... I still recommend it, but that was my critique of it.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a short read. Maybe 4 issues, 3 at the least, probably. I would say 3 or 4 issues, maybe if you broke it up. I don't think it was ever broke up. I think it was originally released as this trade. I don't think it was ever meant to be broken up or anything.
It came out in 2011 as a trade.
Okay.
And then they reprinted it 10 years later. So.
Okay, so yeah, this is the 2021 reprint, I believe it said.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is because we just ordered it.
But yeah, it's amazing though.
I don't know if he's written any other stuff. This may be his first one, so I don't want to go too hard on him.
Yeah, I failed on the research on this one. I didn't look him up anything else. No.
But his artwork, I get, like, if he's on a cover, I'll grab it just because he's drawing the cover.
I know before McFarlane got the license to do the toys, I know that I think Mattel had done a few toys. It was like an artist's, not Artist Alley, but it was like Artist something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did a couple of his characters in toy form, and one of them was a Green Lantern. So he might have drew Green Lantern at one time too, maybe. I don't know.
Wouldn't surprise me. He's a big DC guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember there was like a toy line that they did like toys that looked like his art. I think Capullo's art, something like that maybe. So I want to say there was a Green Lantern toy that he had done as well. But,
Yeah. So, yeah. And if you want to pick it up, it's like $15-$20, depending on which version you get.
oh, dude, that ain't bad at all.
No, it's
that's
worth
really
it.
good. That's definitely good for sure.
If we go out on patrol and Gotham is quiet with no sign of the Joker, we come back here, have Christmas dinner, and watch It's a Wonderful Life.
You know, I've never seen that. I could never get past the title.
Real quick, on our Facebook, I posted a question. What is our listeners' favorite Christmas movie that they watch at least once every Christmas? And we had a few responses. A lot of people said the original Grinch movie. Some people said Jim Carrey's Grinch, which I've only watched one time. It's not a bad film. Batman Returns. It's a Christmas movie, sure. Yeah, it takes place during Christmas. Mine and a coworker also said A Christmas Story. I watch it every year, at least one time. Hell, it's on 24 hours on TBS and TNT, so you can't miss it. You didn't have one.
Oh, no.
No, you.
I know I do not have one. I hate Christmas movies. Dude, A Christmas Story, I would murder somebody if I had to watch
You
that.
like Batman Returns, so technically you do like a Christmas movie.
I don't like the Christmas parts of it.
I can't win.
I don't
with
like
him.
Die Hard.
I
the
can't
first
win
one.
with him, people. I just can't.
Yeah.
Gremlins, you like Gremlins? That's kind of a Christmas movie.
Yeah, no. I mean, I used to almost could do Jim Carrey's Grinch,
Yeah.
but even that, like,
Yeah, like I said, I did it one time.
Yeah.
I've watched it once. That's been it, though. But yeah.
let's see, National Lampoons, I used to like, kind of like that
That's
one.
right. I think that was an answer, too. Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
No.
Christmas,
Home Alone?
no.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got ourselves a real life Grinch people. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
do.
I'm just
You
kidding.
do.
I'm
I
kidding.
despise it.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. So yeah. Yeah, that was our Christmas episode.
Oh, before we're done, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Maybe two.
No, you just said, no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Since this is going to air before New Year's as well, we'll count this into the episode. What has been your favorite comic you've read this year? It doesn't have to be for the podcast, but just in general.
Favorite comic I've read this year?
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot.
You realize how my memory is, and you want me to, oh, Lord. It'd probably be the Skybound Transformers comic book.
Okay.
I have to go with that one. I know it's in its 14th issue? So, and I think it's been monthly. So it's been, So I would say that one. Skybound's Transformers would be my favorite this year that I've read. Thundercats is a close second.
That's fair.
Yeah. What about you, man? What's your favorite this year?
Well, granted, I didn't get to read a lot this year,
I know, yeah.
but I would say that Detective Comics so far.
Oh, that one, yeah.
That one's been,
Well, that one and the other Batman one, both you told me about. Past couple of episodes have been amazing.
yeah.
I can't believe what they've done with Batman.
We'll see if that keeps going strong, but yeah, those have been my two favorites.
Is that mainly your only DC book you're getting right now is the Batman stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
I didn't know if you were picking up anything else or not.
I'm getting more Batman books, but those are the only two that came so far.
How many is out there now? About 4, maybe?
Well, they're doing like some mini series and some one shots and stuff.
Okay.
That
Cool.
kind of stuff.
Okay.
But as far as the main series, just those two would be the main ones.
Okay. Hell yeah, man.
And
So,
Batman and Robin, that kind of stuff.
dude, I mean, it sounds like that's probably some of the best stuff DC's doing right now is the Batman stuff from what you told me.
Yeah, at least
So far.
the past issues have been really good, so we'll see.
Awesome. Yeah, we want to thank real quick. Sean wants to thank. We want to thank everybody that's followed us and supported us this short time that we started this podcast this year. We're on episode 14.
Good God, already?
I know, right? We just started this, what, July? It was? It's meant a lot with our interactions with people on all of our social medias, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, everything. It's something we hope to continue for however long. We don't know.
Till my liver gives out.
Or until I annoy him and he punches me through the wall. I don't know.
Well, no, I can still have you here.
Okay.
We'll hang you on the wall.
We'll be hanging on the wall, yeah.
Dan, speak.
Speak. But no, seriously, we appreciate everybody's support. We appreciate everybody listening. People sending us questions or comments about it. It means a lot to us. And we hope for a strong 2025. I think it's going to be awesome. We have no plans. We don't do themes or nothing like that. We just randomly just pick comic books, stuff like that.
It's not true.
What?
We're doing a Christmas theme episode right now.
Well, I'm talking about for like months at a time. There's some podcasts that do like theme months. I know that.
And Halloween.
Okay. Non-holiday stuff.
Yep.
But, so yeah. So this has been a great 2024. I've enjoyed it. It's the first time I've ever podcasted. I think it's the first time Sean's ever podcasted.
I've been on them. I've not done one before.
Yeah, I've had a great time. I was nervous when we first started this because I've never done this. I've never been on a mic before. I was just like, I don't know how it's going to come across. I think it's come across great. I think we sound good. Haven't heard any negativity from anybody else so far. So I think we're doing all right.
Speaking of which, if you want to send us hate mail, how do they do that, Dan?
We have many, many ways to be contacted. We have a Discord. We have a Facebook. We have an Instagram. And we have an email.
That's right. You can use this thing called the internet.
I mean, you can write it on a piece of paper and send it to us, but I'm not going to dox either one of us. And, I'm just saying.
I mean, we could save you like $15 in stamps.
You could, yeah.
Because that's how much they freaking are now. But that's a tangent for another day.
Put it on a pigeon's leg.
Yep. Or send a chicken.
No?
No? I get some eggs with that, man.
Yeah, true.
All right. So, yeah, you can go to geekswithbeardspod@gmail.com. I'm going to spell it out for you guys this time. Geekswithbeardspod@gmail.com.
Now, look who the spelling bee champion was today.
I'm surprised I got that on the first
I was going to say, yeah. Woo!
Wait.
No, wait, what?
We're not done yet. What are we reading next? What's the first book of 2025?
Our first book of 2025 is going to be something that I forgot I had until I was going through some books. And it's going to be our first ever Dark Horse comic. And don't get too excited. I don't know if you'll like it or not.
I thought we were going to do Buffy.
But you know what? I didn't think about that. But I don't have Buffy. But so it's 1996, Dark Horse Comics. It's a 4-issue miniseries. And it's one of my other favorite pastimes that I love. And that is Japanese monsters.
Whoa.
And this is going to be Gamera, Guardian of the Universe from 1996. And it ties in loosely to the 1990s Gamera films that they did from 1990. They did 3 of them. It started in 1995. And this comic will take place 1 year after the first film. So I've reread it already. I've already took some notes for it. I love it. I hope you love it. And I hope our listeners out there will love it when we read it.
Well, at least give it a chance.
Definitely.
First thing it's got going for it, it's not Christmas related.
And it's a turtle.
What?
It's a big atomic turtle.
All right, 2025, the year of the turtle.
Year of the turtle, that's right. Once again, everybody, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Or Happy Hanukkah.
Or Happy Hanukkah.
Or
Kwanzaa?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, however you celebrate the holiday.
If you're like me and don't celebrate anything, happy that.
However you celebrate the holidays. And I hope it's been a great 2024 for you out there. And I hope you have a great New Year's. And I hope 2025 will be great for you. And I hope you come back and join us in 2025 for another great year of comic book reviews. Maybe some extra stuff. We don't know yet. But so that's going to wrap it up for us. We love you guys. We can't wait to get back with you guys in a few weeks like that. So we'll depart you with this. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Hope you get everything you want. Hope Santa doesn't eat all your cookies and drink all your milk. Except for yours, Sean. All your milk.
Bah humbug.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Joker here. Greetings, Gotham, and Merry Christmas. I hope you're watching Batman. This one's for you.
Geeks with beards. Geeks with beards. Look who's here. Geeks with beards. No need to fear. We're right here. We got beards. So listen clear. Geeks with beards. Geeks with beards. Look who's here. Geeks with beards. No need to fear. We're right here. I'm in your ear. So listen clear. No one else doing it like us. Also, we just might cuss. Just cuz. No, we ain't playing. And we're just saying. And we're making a podcast. It's cool.
All right, everybody. Once again, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
No, we don't.
Take two.